Hey everyone, today we are going to take up a writing paragraph, that is an analytical paragraph. Fine. And this has been introduced by CBSE this year, which is to be written in 100 to 120 words. And of course, this analytical paragraph is to be written based on a chart or some data or cue or cues or some given outline. First and foremost, you need to know about the graphs, different type of graphs, or how the question would be. Okay, so there are different types of graphs, like you may get a bar graph or a histogram, or it can be a data. It can be in data can be in tabular form. It can be cues. Awesome outline. So today in this video, I'll be covering how to go about understanding the data and writing an analytical paragraph. And in the videos to follow, I'll be telling you how to go about understanding the graphs, various types of graphs as I have mentioned earlier. So let's dive into how to analyze the data table and then how to go about writing. So as you can see on the screen, there is a question. The following table shows the percentage of Indian students going abroad for studies to various destinations. On the basis of these details, which is given in the data table, so let's dive into how to analyze the data table and then how to go about writing. So as you can see on the screen, there is a question. The following table shows the percentage of Indian students going abroad for studies to various destinations. On the basis of these details, which is given in the data table, the student has to briefly summarize the data, making comparison wherever necessary. So whenever you get a data table or a graph, first thing you must ask is, what is it? Is it a data table? It's a graph or it's a pie chart? First you have to get to know that. And that's how you'll be starting. This graph or this data table represents and what kind of vocabulary will you be using. So as you see, the question is related to data table. So you'll be starting with these lines that the data table represents or illustrates, or the vocabulary is given on the screen there. So you can use any word which suits you. So the second question you are going to ask yourself is, what does this data table depict or represent? So here in the example, it is given in the question. You can pick those words or paraphrase. Paraphrasing is writing in your own words. So the value points from the question are the percentage of Indian students going abroad for studies to various destinations. These are the value points you'll be picking up from the question. And the third point, which will go into your first paragraph, is what is the time period. So it spans over or it covers what kind of period. So here it covers from 2016, the years. In the second paragraph, you'll be giving an outline of the most significant characteristics of the information. Be choosy and pick the main observation. You need not write every single detail. While comparing the data figures and contrasting, these words will come handy. Words like nearly, approximately, a great deal, faintly, and these are the words which will help you in describing the best you can the data in your own words. So let's take up this example and I'll help you out how to go about writing and comparing this data. So let's take up year 2000 and you can see that in the year 2000 a robust percentage, that is 59% of students preferred US as compared to a meager 1% which preferred Canada. However, by 2016, the table clearly shows that the share of Indian students in US dropped by 15%. The share of Canada, UK, Australia and others taken together is far more less than the US share of Indian students going abroad, which speaks volumes about the inclination of the students towards studying in US. However, by 2016, the share of Indian students in US slumped to 45% and UK remained unchanged, rather plateaued at 6%. In contrast, there was a surge in the number of students traveling to Canada to 7%, and the students opting Australia has doubled, which shows the promising signs for these countries.